You look good too.
So you look beautiful, as always. As always. Okay. Hi, everybody. Griff's Gift is live. Come join us with your questions. Jamie Butler is here to help us figure out some of the questions life holds. And my name is Marshawn. If you don't know, I lost my son at 18. And I was led to Jamie by Griffen, and it saved my life. And so I wanted to share that with everyone because we all have that ticket and we're all afraid to talk about it. So let's just talk. Let's talk about things and see what we come up with today. Oh, hi, Shelly. Hi, Chiara. Italy already. Kelly, hi, guys. So sweet. Okay, Jamie, before when I told everyone last week that we were live, but we weren't, I've made that mistake now a couple of times by getting excited. I was talking about, and I'd like you to ask Griffin about, hi, Coach Hal. I love him. That's so sweet. Okay, so he said it's his favorite day of the week. So sweet, Jamie. I know. And his dad has to read to you a bedtime story for sure. I know, right? A voice will do it to a woman every time. I'm telling you what, right? Okay. So you're really close. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so I wanted to know last time we were talking without you about general happiness. Like, is happiness a choice? You'll notice that some people are happy. Like, you'll look at somebody and go, you're always happy. Like, how are you so happy? And you have nothing and you're just happy. And then there's me that's had a lot happen to me. I have to fight to be happy. But I even remember struggling with depression as far as 18, years of age. So is happiness a conscious choice? And are some people just born more happy than others? And why is that, Griffin, Mom, everybody? Why is that? And is it a choice that we wake up with daily? Are we going to have a good day or a bad day? And what sets us up to have a good day?
Griffin says hi to everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. He's like, please like, subscribe, all those things help my mom power up to stay on this because we've been asking her to live stream for many years. So I'm very proud of her. This is sweet. I'm very proud of her for getting out there. And he says, you look beautiful today. The mother, your mom, she says that happiness, she's saying hi to everybody.
Hi, Mom. My mom's name is Marianne, you guys, and she's wise. So here we go.
All the kids in Camp Marianne.
Right, exactly.
And they're loved to everybody.
Exactly.
She wanted to take this right at the beginning because Griffin really got flared up when you were asking the question. He's got something to say, but Marianne states that happiness is a choice. And she says, here's why I believe it's a choice, and here's what I've observed. When we're kids and when we're younger, we're not choosing happiness. It's a constant. It's around us. It's where we grow from.
Right.
Then when we realize that there are responsibilities, expectations, choices, and there are status levels to hit so that you can receive praise, that's when we start changing our place of growing from happiness into growing to survive. So as we get older, she said, I believe we absolutely have the choice of happiness through what kind of lens are we going to look at our day? Are we going to use the perspective of it being a struggle? Are we going to use the perspective of seeing everything that's gone wrong and what we're missing before we see what we have and what's going right or easy or best for us? And she says, and also I think it's that our culture has taught us how to place judgment to find our path. So we have to look at something and say, is that right for me? Does that fit me? Is that good enough for me? Is it going to give me enough? And we rate it good or bad, pro or con. And she goes, and I think in the process of doing that, we really lose what do we instinctively or naturally want? What are we naturally drawn to? She says, I feel like if we just came from being emotional beings and really let go of all the logical decisions, the choices that are presented to us, that we would be much happier. But she says, I have to speak to the point. I think that's the most difficult thing to do in life. Even, this is a big point. She says, I believe it's even more difficult to express emotions. So expressing grief or suffering or happiness, joy, it's more difficult to say, I'm not going to listen to this head and just react from my emotions, because our world right now is only focused on those who act this way. And she says it's very hard to be without a community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Griffin, when you said, is it a choice every day? Like some days you wake up and it's a lot harder to get out of bed. Um, he just kind of lost his mind slightly. He thinks that the day to day, when we wake up and say, oh, it's Monday, oh, it's Tuesday, this needs to happen, oh, it's Saturday. He's like, in the true sense of things, there aren't even days. You know, it's just a day is a day. We don't have to measure it by where it places in the progression that we designed and that we created. He was like, the further we've gotten down into evolution, the more we've gotten into all these rules and expectations, and it is choking us out. So that when you wake up in the morning, it's not this beautiful rejuvenation. It's this, holy fuck, what do I have to do today that I'm not going to be able to do today because it's too much? And then you look at what you don't have, because this is why you're doing the work, to get the things that you don't have. And he says he just thinks it's bullshit. So he wants to step away from it.
Okay, Griffin, you told me before, you said in the sweetest way, you said, I just want to let everybody know. And Jamie was like, I want to say this exactly like he's saying it. And then it gives me the chills the way you said it, that everyone's okay. Shit happens. I want you to know that everyone's okay. You're okay. Shit happens. And the way you said that was so sweet. It gives me the chills. So I think I'm hitting the nail on the head the way you said it. But then I proceeded to ask you, so Griffin, if you wanted to tell everybody you can't mess up down here, do you really still feel that way? You really just can't mess up?
Yes, yes, yes. He goes, for every set of ears that are listening right now,
Uh-huh.
whatever choices that you make, just make sure they're authentically from you, really
Right,
what you want to do, not what somebody else is expecting of you to do.
right,
You can do nothing wrong.
right.
Everything is truly okay. And he says, and in the combination of living, everybody gets to make their own choices. And it's going to ripple upon you. You're going to feel what somebody else is choosing. And he says, you might feel it as total shit bomb, or total inspiration, motivation, happiness. And he goes, whatever that is, it's your truth. But you have the right to, like Marianne was saying, put your lens on it and look at it from the viewpoint of where you want to be. And he goes, and that might not match up to where you are,
Right.
but you need to match it up to where you want to be. If you cannot put yourself where you want to be, how are you ever going to get there?
Okay. Also, Griffin, you said one other thing that I think is important for people to hear, that you said, if I could come back knowing what I know now, Mom, everybody's insecure. Everybody, like even the cool kids at school are insecure. Like, oh my God, if I knew what I knew now and came back, it would be totally different. So everyone needs to know that are parents of teenagers that are struggling and all the cliques and all that stuff. Griffin said, Mom, everyone at high school is insecure. Like it was so much pressure he put on himself, but everyone was feeling the same way he was feeling. And he didn't think that.
I didn't know that. People can fake confidence
Right.
really, really well.
Right.
Because there's probably something to the fake it until you make it thing, because you're
Right.
training your brain. You know,
Right.
if you can't act like where you are or know
Right.
where you're going, you're not going to get there. He
Right.
goes, but nobody nobody tells you that all the shit that you're processing in your head, that other people have it too. So you think you're very, very alone. It's not true. The person next to you that you think they have it all together and they're a rock star, they still have points of complete failure, complete like insecurities and falling apart and wanting to be held, wanting to be loved, wanting to be seen as beautiful. He goes, it's just insane. And he goes, you know what? What was even crazier is like the teachers and the people who were running the school, who we think they've got it together and now they have a job and everything, they had the same fucking feelings. Because you know what else is crazy? It's like we max out in 8th grade. He's like, all that drama and everything that you felt in 8th grade, you get to
Right.
relive it again as you get older.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. I wish I would have just had the courage to talk to someone older and listen, because people I think they want to help you more than you think. And you always are so afraid you're going to get in trouble for the thoughts you have or things you want to know. You know what I mean?
God, yes, I was that way. But, in our day and age, we really weren't paired with our elders to even have those kind of conversations.
Right, exactly. And when Griffin died, I had so many kids tell me things that sometimes you wish they wouldn't tell you, but they need to be able to tell somebody. And I just draw the line, like if they're safe, then okay. If it's something their parent needs to know, then okay. That's different.
Yeah.
If there's safety's involved. But usually it's just stuff they want an opinion and they want to hear. It's more innocent than you think. And parents get hurt, like, why don't they talk to me? Because none of us talk to our parents that way,
Griffin said, what do you think the world would look like if everybody was a good communicator and a good listener?
Right. Oh my
He's
God.
like, where would our drama be? Where would our chaos be?
Right. Because there's a philosopher that thinks that my dad's favorite philosopher says there's really no problems in life. It's all in the communication. Would you agree with that, Griff?
He said, I would.
Yeah, Wittgenstein. Is that how you pronounce it, Kent? Okay. Our favorite, Coach Howe wants to know. Griffin, let's see. Yeah, I know he had a 2-part. What did he say about the NFL? Oh, Griffin, why didn't I make it in the NFL as the only ambidextrous QB that was 6'4" and 245 pounds with rocket arms? In the context of your mom's explanation, I have a question that's been bothering me for years. Okay, so he wants to know why he didn't make it in the NFL.
Griffin is laughing. He wants to know if you actually named your rocket arms, after NASA launches.
Right.
Just saying, rocket arms.
Right.
Your stats and everything, he did say, were amazing, and it was a true show of what you were capable of doing. But at that time, who you were up against and who you were paired against had more mobility. Even though you were ambidextrous, it wasn't about that, because they didn't see that as a strong suit, because they really wanted it didn't really matter. You get tackled, it doesn't matter right or left. You just have to be able to manage the ball. So they didn't see that as a bonus, which Griffin was like, that pretty sucks. But who you were up against had more of the qualities that they were looking for at that time. So it just kind of watered your talents out. That was really the only reason. It was not your attitude. It was not how you looked. It was not anything of that nature.
Right. Well, I know for a fact Eric would have given up and I not pushed him to call, keep calling.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Keep calling. You're not done. Get off the couch. Let's go to Canada. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it took that much. I mean, I just figured somebody comes and goes, oh, you're picked, because that's what you hear in the public. You got picked or recruited or whatever.
Oh, he wasn't picked. He went in through the strike. But I'm just saying, like, for the people that are picked, it's a lot like what Griffin is saying. The person you're up against, they have a certain look and prototype they want, which clearly Coach Howe fits that. 6'4", everything fits. But it just must have been the wrong place at the wrong time against someone. And maybe if he would have switched somewhere else. I don't know.
Griffin also just shouted out, hey, you're welcome, because it saved your life.
Yeah. He already has issues from football. Can you imagine if he'd have played in the NFL?
He said he wouldn't be standing today.
Yeah, he already has ringing in his ears and everything. Terrible from the years he already gave to the game. Yeah. Yeah, Coach Howe, we want to keep you alive, kid. Yeah, because we love you. Yeah. Oh, Carrie. Hi, Carrie. Okay, you guys, this goes out for everyone because I don't know the answer to this. And I wanted to touch. Carrie Birdsley wants to ask about her son. Carrie, I don't know how old your son is, but his depression and suicidal thoughts. What can I do as a mom? That's a great universal question.
Yeah, for anybody who's having depression and suicidal thoughts together.
Yeah.
Griffen, he says, I have no magic up my sleeves and I really wish I could give you some. He says, I don't know what it's like to be in that kind of position. He says, I do know what it's like being around peers who've had that. But he says, if you know that there are suicidal thoughts, that means that somehow your son has been talking to you about them. And he says, a general rule of thumb, if you can talk about it, that means you're expressing a need for deep and sudden change rather than the ending of a life. He says it's when somebody can't speak out loud or doesn't feel like they can share is where you need to express concern. He says, so one of the things I would tell my son or anybody that I love is if you ever feel like you can't talk to me about your suicidal thoughts, I want you to know that you are in a very deep place where you need to get some kind of help. So if it's not going to be me, ask me for help. I can get somebody else to help you, or you can go to somebody else. But please let them know that that moment that they feel that they can't speak up is somewhere there needs to be some kind of alarm.
Right.
And he says, and once you figure out what the depression is linked to, whether it's all over, I was trying to merge the word, I know. Okay, all over depression, like waking up and just being alive, or is it about friendships? Is it about school? Is it about the pressure of school? Is it about your friendship, whatever it is, you got to find out kind of the core link of it, because Griffin says if it's all over about being alive, he says, I've noticed it's somewhat of a spiritual depression. These are the kids that are highly sensitive, that feel what other people are feeling, that can see things beyond what normal people can see. And it's not adding up in their day-to-day life because they know that there is something a little extraordinary because they can pick up on it, but yet when they go to live it, it's very dull. And so there's a mismatch of their morals, their integrities, and their memories of heaven, the beyond, angels, guides, whatever it is that they're processing in. And now they're alive and it's really dull and really dry and none of that shit's happening and nobody's talking to them about it. So they fall apart on the inside. They feel lost. They don't fit anywhere. They long to be somebody somewhere else, which is often misinterpreted as suicide. I need to stop this life because it's not working for me. When really a greater choice would be start building your sensitivities and your abilities so that you can merge them into your life and you can also be alive while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing, if it's not about that and it's about emotions, the depression, or it's like a mental depression or an illness or a disease of some sort, he says, then you look at what's missing and you can help that person problem solve. And this goes for anybody who's feeling depressed or even overwhelmed. When you make a plan, the plan will only have, drum roll please, he's so funny, one step. Anything beyond one step is way too much and it can't be achieved. And so it can be just a baby thing, like wake up every day and smile at yourself for 5 seconds in the mirror, and that's it. And then you do that for an X amount of time, and you're like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? It could be super, super small, but it's only one thing at a time. And you only do a one-step reveal because anything more than that is an excuse to keep them in the vicious cycle of staying in a downward spiral rather than making progress. If you've been talking to someone and helping with someone for, let's say, 3 weeks and they've had ample time to make their own choices and their own changes and they're not, please start looking at other options. Look at, the therapy, look at medication, look at herbs, look at something that can help. Maybe it's the hormone system that's out of balance and it's not really about them and their heart and their mind. It's a physical thing.
Right. I agree. And Griffin and mom and everybody, would you say I'm right in that she should be happy that her son's talking to her? Like,
Big
I would
time.
be so happy that you're telling me that. Like, as weird as that sounds. So, do I need to lay on the floor beside you in your room? How serious about this are you? Do you have a plan? Because we can lay together and I can lay and not bother you at all in your room and read, or leave your door open. And I swear this will pass because I've had it myself and it passes. Or do you feel like you need a geographical change? Is it school? Is it that you're being bullied? Because sometimes I think you have to pick some up out of their situation and put them somewhere else when they're a child, because we can't change things around us, is how I feel. Now, sometimes, you don't want to teach kids to be a pussy or whatever, excuse my French, but, to work. But life's so hard as it is. If they're getting bullied, what's the big deal to change schools or geographically? Change it. Just change it immediately.
Nothing. Griffin says it might bruise an ego or they might worry what other people think about them. But that is way, 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 way low on the totem pole when it comes to saving your life, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And Carrie, you're such a sweetheart with your sense of humor. Your son must feel so open to talk to you. I don't think he's going anywhere. So maybe it's just, you're not saying his age. I don't know his age. Maybe it's chemical, or maybe there's kids at school or whatever. But I'm sure that this is going to pass, because we all have this at a certain age.
Griffin feels like it's going to pass.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're such a cool mom. I can see you making him laugh about it or something. 'Cause she's funny. She's like really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that he's telling you, I mean, that's one head start. Because sometimes when you say it, it feels so good just to say it. And then you're like, I feel better. I don't want to do that anymore. Like, because it just keeps going through your head. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Coach House says, I was insecure with girls. You were insecure with girls? I don't believe you for 1 second. But I was confident on the athletic field. Well, the athletic field brings girls, Coach. Right?
Yes.
So cute. I just wanted to read that because it's funny. Okay, Janet Glover. Hi, Marshawn, Jamie, and Griffen. I'd really like to know the name of any of my guides, and if Griff could help me figure out how to balance being able to develop my spiritual awareness while still staying connected to being human and my human experience. So, Janet Glover. Okay.
Griffin says that you have 4 main guides that aren't related to you that come in and really support you, especially your motor mouth. You talk a lot, he says, and you talk to anybody and you talk out loud by yourself. You talk to animals. You channel like stuff just moves through you. That, in fact, is the easiest way for you to connect to spirit. Think about automatic writing where it comes out your pen, but you're going to automatic like auctioneer talk. So you're just going to start talking and you're going to ask your question and then you're going to just talk out loud like you're making up stories. Let it move through you. It's not a possession. It's not a trance channeling. Think about it just like an automatic writing. It's just going to, the energy is going to move through your head and then just reverberate out your mouth. That's it. Keep a tight boundary on where spirits are with you, not to be in your body, not to bother you at night, because you can be very easy to stimulate. So when they get around you, you can actually get this kind of, oh, I need to do something, but I don't know what it is. And then you always have this kind of feeling. And Griffin says it's exhausting. There is Evelyn, who is around you, has this kind of auburn hair color. That's where it's brown and red at the same time, right?
Yep. Beautiful.
Auburn kind of hair color with these almond-shaped green eyes. They could just tell me the words instead of give me the picture. And she is the one who plays a big part in helping you get in the right community and around the right people so that you can follow through with what your plans are about this lifetime. Because you have a lot of speed bumps, roadblocks, whatever you want to call it. Like you, it's fair. Why can't I get to it? And it just kind of stops on you. And they don't want you to take that as a sign to give up and turn around and walk away. But it is about approaching it from a different direction. So getting that down, Evelyn helps you. Oh, and then there's Ralph. Ralph. I know how to spell. Whose laughter in the room bad all of a sudden. Ralph. Ralph has this curly, short, like light brown hair. That's the first thing you see on him, and he's tall. He's tall, and then the colors he wears, like a light blue It reminds me of a light blue turtleneck sweater. I don't know. That's kind of what it looks like. He's just a love bug. So you got a lot of energy, Griffin says, behind you, supporting you. You just need to lay down the law. Lay down the law. That's all he's saying.
Okay, when you do automatic writing, Jamie, you just literally take your pen and a paper and you just write every word that comes to your mind.
Yeah, that's
Don't-
one form of it.
Okay.
One form of it is that you hear it and you write it down and you don't second guess it. Another form, when you get good at that one, is that you get your head to check out. So you could look to the side and say the alphabet out loud. So you're focused on that. And the energy will move through your arm independent of your brain and begin to document and write down words as well. So that's from one end to the other end on automatic writing.
Is the answer always within us if we're still, if we don't question it?
Yes, everybody is saying yes. Yes,
But
because we're
as a
connected to
human,
all that is.
right. But as a human, we question it like, did I really hear that? Did I see? It's just like so annoying.
Did they mean that? Well, I can describe that 5 different ways if they say it that way. Which way do they really mean it? But you actually know, but you're trying to sabotage it? Yes.
Right.
Welcome to being human.
Right. I feel like spirits want to punch me in the face all the time because I feel like they're like, oh my God, I just worked so hard to make that skip a beat or that radio station to turn or your windshield wipers to turn on. And you're going to say, oh, my car needs servicing or whatever. I feel like they're just punching me like, oh my God, you're so
Griffin goes,
hard-headed.
if you ever see my mom walking down the street and she's not walking in a straight line, and all of a sudden she falls over, he goes, don't pick her up. Don't think that she tripped on something. He says it's us cold cocking her and knocking her out.
Right, exactly. And I wanted to tell you before, don't let being motor mouth or whatever hurt your feelings. Guess what one of my guides is? Actually, a few of them. Their job is to make sure that I can communicate without running people over, like without leveling the village.
With
So,
your communication, because you're just so
because I can just be so like, I'll hold it in, and then I'll just say it and
like
level the village.
how it
Yeah.
was so easy and free for you just to say the P word earlier.
Yeah, exactly. They're still work. They're very frustrated with me, I'm sure.
Mhm.
I'm a lot of work if they signed up for me. Yeah. It was weird because I used to ask questions like, Griff, Mom, if they get offended that we don't remember them, like we lived lives with them and we were so tight with them and like we don't remember them, does that hurt? And you guys said, no, it's not like that. Yeah. Because that would
Because
bother me, you know?
no, Griffin says no, because when you're here, you have access to that person's higher self on earth
Oh, okay.
all the time. So
Okay.
you could just buzz on up to their higher self and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Yeah, and it's mimicking them how they are on earth. And because it's kind of cool having those conversations because then that knowledge is in you somehow because it's attached to the higher self. You can bring it down in dream state and meditation. You can bring it down all kinds of ways.
Right.
And
Right.
he said, so there's no missing here.
No. That's
Mm-mm.
so you guys definitely have the better end of the stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Okay. So Stacy Corbel Rail. My sister just lost a very close friend 2 days ago from pneumonia. I'm sorry. His name is Richie. Does he want to say anything to my sister Cassie or Kelly, her boyfriend? We're all in shock. He died. Thank you. Is it Richie, Richy, or Ricky? I don't know. Richie died of pneumonia. Yeah, that is shocking. I wonder
He's
if it was a coronavirus or whatever it's called. No.
no, it doesn't feel like that.
Mm-mm.
No, it feels like the lungs were really overpowered by the pneumonia. Um, he is shocked that he left. He doesn't really have many messages. Like, I can't see him in the room with me, but I can hear him, or I kind of know what he's saying. So that just tells me it's a very long distance connection right now, and he's staying in a dimensional plane where he's healing his own emotional, mental, and physical wounds or energetic wounds. And that when he comes back, I'm certain he's saying he's going to do one-on-one interactions with everybody because he didn't properly get to say goodbye. He didn't get to lay to rest his life. It was just kind of taken from him. So he wants to contribute and do a lot more work with that. So I would ask that you and your family and friends just kind of stay a little open to the idea of a visitation. And what I hear is 1, 2, 3. This is going to be about 3.5, maybe pushing 4 weeks before you hear the first person pop up and go, this is what's happening. This is what I just saw. Like things are being good now.
Right.
That is really, it's sad.
Is he okay, Jamie?
He is, but he is. He's just
He's
not
healing.
transitioned over all the
Oh,
way.
wait.
Right.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry that happened. That's sudden. Wow. That's scary.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for it to be pneumonia, we kind of think we're in 2020 and we're past that point. It's not like that.
No.
People's immune systems are all different. You just don't know
Right?
what your body can handle and cannot.
Exactly. Exactly. Hi, Mary Glenn. And Kent tried to pass you, and I was like, Mary Glenn. I wrote it down. My friend Carol transitioned this morning. Really? Okay. Please have Griffin, my parents. So Mary and Fred Lant and her parents greet her. Okay. Carol transitioned this morning. Oh, Mary Glenn, I'm sorry. I hope it was a smooth transition.
No problem. Griffin says he's absolutely on it. Actually, Marianne has it.
Okay.
She says, don't worry. And she says, we'll get word to you. We'll report back to you. Marianne likes to report back to people when they're awake, so you'll most likely be in your kitchen because she says that's where everybody has their best calm and meditative, alert states of mind because they're about to feed themselves or they're making something to nourish themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Love you, Mary Glenn. I'm sorry that happened. Okay. Amy Nixon Guducci. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. I know I'm not saying Amy wrong. Okay. Can you please provide me with guidance? My husband was diagnosed with a rare muscle disease that's supposed to progress very slowly. Lately, it seems like he's getting weaker. Is the disease progressing faster than expected? And what, if anything, can I do to help slow the progression? Herbs, Reiki, anything. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Griffin says. He says, I hope I can help in any way. Two main things. Your husband is tired. He's tired. It's not about the disease. It's his relationship with his life and his body. So he's not putting that much effort into being well or behaving like he's being well. So that fast progression you saw was actually his mental state of mind, taking a step back and just saying, all right, I'm just going to ride with this. Like I'm not in control and I can't manage it. So two ways to help him heal quicker is one, speak to his state of mind. Where's his mental strength and where is his mental connection to his physical body and the disease? Second approach is absolutely Reiki and energy. He's showing me a machine. What am I looking at? Oh, a Rife machine. Rife machine. Which runs energy currents and vibrations. If you cannot find a Rife machine, Griffin is talking about sound vibration healing.
Right.
Those would be the most impactful because the medicine and the traditional approaches that you're doing are really good.
Right.
And so these are a nice complementary addition to what's happening. He's sending you kisses.
Oh, sometimes Jamie, Griffin, mom, everyone, sometimes when you get told you have something, your soul gets tired. So maybe he just needs some rest. Like just let it be okay for him to be tired for a while until he wants to fight this, Like sometimes I just want to lay down because I'm depressed. Like just let me be tired. I'm okay, but just don't push me. You know what I mean? And maybe CBD oils for him, Griff, maybe.
He said this would be a perfect example to do the CBD oils that are high saturation with a high saturation to where he'll sleep for 2 to 3 days, but it'll help him lessen the pain and it'll definitely slow down the progression. He goes, but I don't know if Amy feels comfortable with things like that, so I didn't mention it. He doesn't feel like Amy is comfortable with that, so he didn't mention it.
Okay. Okay. Amy, thank you for asking, and I wish him well. And I'm sorry he's going through that and you're going through that. Okay. Lee, does Jamie channel our pets? Yes, she does. I would like to. Why did it know? Okay. I would like to hear from my sweet Caddy Wampus. His name was Caddy Wampus. We call her Wampy. Hey, how come it's jumping, Kent? That was funny. It was jumping the Caddy Wampus. That's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
Mine jumped.
It was down there. There we go. I don't know why it jumped. Oh no.
We'll find it.
Okay.
Who's asking?
Yeah. It was up right after Amy.
Lily.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lily, I do work with Facebook live stream when we do the animals in the light, and then I work directly with your pets and things of that nature. But here I hand everything over to Griffen as my translator, and he keeps me informed on everything. He does not mind whatsoever helping you connect to Wampy. And he says that actually Cattywampus has been haunting you a little bit. Well, not a little bit, kind of like a lot of it.
Uh-huh.
And especially interfering with sleep. He said if you were wondering why you couldn't get a strong night's sleep, it's the cat's energy going over and under and over and under and wanting attention. Oh, please lay the ground rules at your house that nighttime is for sleeping. Actually, Wampy would love to come back and incarnate as a healthy cat, and particularly a boy cat. I don't know why, but there's some attraction there. And he says you might get that hit in the next several months that this is happening. He said, have a good time with it. And don't worry, everything was fine with the transition. He said it was perfect timing and it was needed. That was really sweet.
Very, very.
Griffin says, close your mouth, you're catching flies.
Everyone,
I haven't heard that in so long.
Okay. Kathy Savard Ostrander, Dylan Barr's mama. Marshawn and Jamie, we know Dylan. Okay. And Griffin. My son was told he is the dad of an unborn baby. What? Wait a minute. Hi, Marshawn and Jamie and Griffin. My son was told he is the dad of an unborn baby. Dylan Barr, this is the same girl that made a previous claim and it was not his. What about this time? Thanks. So you're saying your son that's alive on Earth right now was just told that he's the father of a baby? Is that what you're saying?
I think that's what she's saying.
That sounds like who nanny to me, but I don't know.
Whichever way it goes, Griff is shaking his head no.
Okay.
And Mama Marianne is just kind of pushing it aside.
Okay. Kelly Green, can Jamie please help me connect with my maternal grandmother and would love to know what my grandma thinks of me as an adult since she crossed over when I was 13. Aw, Kelly, I love my grandma.
Griffin has your grandma, and your grandmother is stating that you are exactly what she thought you would be. One of the things she likes about you is how you enjoy following the rules of adulting. Like there's something very praising about it. Like, look at me, I've got this and I've got that account and I have this in order and I've got my clothes, like pride, a sense of pride. And then she laughs because the moment right after you having some kind of pride with what you've done, the chimes going off, you are completely like, I'm gonna shake this up and just, Griffin says, raise some hell. And she says you got that gene from her because she's a very creative person and loved being outside of the box. So she feels like she's connecting to you even stronger. And yes, she does watch over you. Keep sending her questions and things to do on your behalf. She's got your back.
I love people that love their grandparents. I love my grandparents so much.
I
Yes.
love mine.
Yes. Hi, Victoria. Is Peggy there? Victoria said, hi, Marsh. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Mommy. I love you, for Peggy.
Yes, the orb was her.
Okay. So your daughter loves you. You know that, but yeah. Oh, Jason Adkins, such a sweet man. I'd love to hear from my grandmother, Betty. She's been gone for 18 years. Thank you, ladies, for Jason. So Betty, your grandma.
It's me. Right behind my head, I hear, it's me.
Knock, knock. It's me.
I know. It's almost like you can feel the breath of like, one day, Marshawn, I'm going to pull aside and we're going to be like, see?
Hey, wouldn't that be a beautiful way for me to die, you guys? Seeing Griff?
She's
then
got
I'll
a
just-
nice
And then I'll
perfume.
just pass out.
You're gonna, oh my God, don't do that.
Can't get so mad when I joke about dying.
Don't. It's gonna happen soon enough. And then as soon as you die, you're gonna be like, man, I so miss being alive. Like, come on.
No,
Grandma,
I'm coming to haunt you, Jamie.
I put a
I'm
whole
gonna play
dog
with your
stereo.
hair.
If you pull me out of my bed by my feet, I'm gonna find a way to cut you. Like, I'm gonna find that's shit scares me so bad.
I know.
I don't like being touched when I'm asleep. Like, ugh.
Hmm.
She has the most lovely perfume on.
Betty?
Yeah, and it's everywhere. It's kind of a powdery floral.
I love that.
Like it's soft. It's not a strong floral. It's not like a punch. But
Right.
it's crazy. It is all over this room. She loves you so much. She loves how much you think about her and that you have your favorite pictures of her. But she was thinking maybe you could put some new ones up because she likes to change every now and then, says the woman who never changed her decor. She's laughing. She made the
Right.
joke about herself.
Right. Aw, Jason, you're so sweet.
Oh,
Thank you,
and
Betty.
you could put some of her recipes to use. And she's kind of laughing as she says that. She's like, thank you for the shout out today. And she's, oh, Marshawn. She's thanking you for doing this and
Thank you,
connecting
Betty.
people.
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
like your grandson. I don't know him, but I get a very good feeling about him. Like I could say I know him just from online. Like I feel like he's someone you just know. Like you just know he's good. Yeah.
she said he is.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, she called this a really nice spirit phone. This kind
Aww.
of technique. I don't smell it anymore. It's gone.
Oh, that's so wild. It's so wild. How strong are they to be able to show you you smell, Jamie? So
Kind of
strong.
smells like toot or fart right now. So if I'm getting pranked, it's pretty damn funny.
That's probably Griff. Yeah.
It smells like sewage.
Ooh. Yeah.
Mhm.
So Lee is saying that's incredible. She wanted to thank you. There's no way you could have known that she hadn't been getting enough sleep. I will be waiting on a little boy kitty to find me. That's so sweet. Okay. Stacy Corbo Rail. If I could ask another question, my dad Mike passed in 18, so 2018, I'm guessing. Who's he with? How is he? What's he doing? I'm always looking for signs from him. Does he have any messages for my mom or me or anyone? We all miss him. Thank you. So your dad Mike passed in 2018.
Griffin goes, my mom or me, yeah.
Right.
It's making fun.
Right.
The smell is now gone altogether and it doesn't smell like anything in here. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Maybe it'd be really cool to know if people are watching this live or later, if they also get the psychic smell at the same time. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. Well, people
That'd be
have
a really
told
cool thing.
and people have told me they've seen orbs behind me and stuff before. When I went on last time and you weren't there, they were like, there's an orb.
I have seen orbs around you. There were a few times I was like, wait, what is that? Because they're not the lights from cars or anything like that.
Right. Which, not to cut you off, but Victoria, Peggy's daughter, saying to remind you, and it's so weird you're saying she was an orb earlier. She's asking you if she was an orb in a picture that she had taken. Was that her?
Yeah,
Because
that's a yes.
oh my God, what a show off. You should one day I'll get the picture. The orb is like magnificent, huge. Yes, that's your mom. Show off, Peggy. Yeah.
She says, thank you. Thank you.
Show off, show off.
Um,
You got okay.
I was going to say, Griffin is telling me that your father Mike is with a guy named Thomas, a friend of his. He's actually reunited with a lot of his friends from early college age to high school. Big time
Aw.
for him. He was a really good guy then. So he's reliving those days and loving it. The signs he likes to give are anything that's really out of place, like a feather inside in the middle of the room, coins or pennies on the outside, anything like that. Anything that's out of place. Because he says you often have that feeling in life that you're out of place.
Aw.
Um, he wants to tell you that you're not.
You're not. You're not.
What's her face is here? Oh my
Who?
God, I can't remember her name. What's wrong with me? Chris and his mom.
Kenyatta!
Kenyatta. I'm so
I-
sorry, Kenyatta.
I wrote
You
her
just
name
showed
with
up.
a heart right here.
You did?
Kenyatta, this morning, hoping she would come. I miss you so much. I miss you so much. Don't make me cry. How are you doing? And how's Chris doing? I have the chills.
She says, sh- oh my God, you cannot talk that fast. I can't do that. I know. I'll get, but yeah. She's making a joke about she's not late. She likes to show up and have an entrance. But she
Mhm.
said it way more creative and easier than I just did.
Right.
And she said she's feeling great. Her babies are doing well, so that's just sending her love through the roof.
Good.
And she has her Christopher. She
Right.
has her Christopher here, and she wanted to come in and say hi and help with today because she can. She can.
Okay. I love you and I miss you so much.
Yeah, she's wearing this like dark navy blue. God, what's that fabric that's super super soft? It's not felt. Velour.
Like velour, yeah.
It's like a tracksuit or jumpsuit,
Yeah,
all the same color.
like Juicy used to make.
I guess
Yeah, they're cool. They're very cool.
she looks so good.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. She was my friend, you guys, if you don't know that we never got to meet in person, but her husband played in the NFL, so we had that in common, and she lost her child, and so we had that in common. Yeah. So there you go. And I love her so much. So much. So much.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Jamie, I don't think I've missed anybody that's asked about loss of children because I don't want to miss those questions. I feel bad if I've missed them. If you see them, jump in.
Okay.
Okay. So Jennifer Jonathan, so thankful for this time. Thank you, Griff. Thank you, Marshawn and Jamie. Would love to ask Anna Merle Jonathan, who is she spending eternity with, her time with? Last time we learned it's not who we all thought it was. Is she with Charles? Does she have any messages for me? I love how she gave such sound advice last time. Mainly curious on who she is spending her time with. Who does she resonate with for eternity? Anything from my nanny? I would love to hear. Thank you. Thank you.
She does see. Did you say Charles? I get a yes on that. And Griffin's like smiling. He's like, duh. I don't know who the Charles is, but
Okay.
does she have any messages? Griffin says that she's passing on that you're really doing very well, and it's time to have a little bit more confidence within yourself and the choices that you're making.
Okay.
She's very pleased with the compliment of her advice last time. Of course, it's kind of funny because she always feels like she gives good advice, like she is a good counselor and a good friend that way, which is
Right.
funny.
Right.
Um, so for somebody else to say it, she's kind of like, I know. um, spending the rest of her life with. Griffin says, I don't see her in the room, so I'm listening to Griffin. It's a bit of a grapevine on this one, but
Okay.
sometimes
That's
it happens.
okay.
Griffin says that she can spend it with whoever she wants and that she doesn't have a fixed group of people right now because she's looking a little bit more on the care of, we'll just say, North Americans' call to action for humanity.
Okay.
Statement.
Right.
Kenyatta was saying hi to a few people
Everyone's
out there.
saying they were so happy to hear from Kenyatta and that you came. Say hi to you, that you made an appearance. You better come more, girl.
She likes making the grand entrance, so no worries.
Okay. So
She says, I got you. She's like, got your back just like you have mine.
Love her so much.
That's not going to change.
Never. Never. Until we meet again, girl. Till we meet again.
There's so much green on you right now, Marshawn. It looks like your hair is green.
What does that mean, Jamie?
Just big, big love. It's bright green too.
Yeah.
I've never seen an aura that strong like through a computer.
No. That means I'm in a loving mood.
Oh yeah, heart centered. Oh, just
Yeah.
bursting. You're bursting.
Yeah. Good. I feel that way. I feel bad, you guys. Did I miss any questions of anyone losing a child? Because there's a couple people that had contacted me, and I said you have to ask me next week, and I'll try to always put that first if I see it. I don't see any questions about children. Not that anything else is less important, you guys. It's just sometimes I just want to keep mothers from checking out if I can. Okay. Courtney Ott Scott, hello. Today is my 40th birthday. Happy birthday, Courtney. Okay. And I'm kind of freaking the freak out about it. Any message guidance would be appreciated. Thank you both. Well, first of all, don't be telling the truth about your birthday because now everybody's going to know how old you are. You should have been 39 again. But okay, no. 40 so young, girl. Why are you freaking out about it for? 40 is so young. And look at Griff, he only got to live till 18. So you're so blessed. Yeah.
Griffin says, here's one thing for you to remember, Courtney. He's like taking a snapshot of where you are right now. Your physical body, easily 8 years younger than what you are because of the way that you've taken care of yourself. So you can go ahead and deduct 8 years and move on from there. It's your mind that's messing with you so strong because everybody's told you that 40 is big and dangerous. It's only big and dangerous because you finally gain the natural confidence to be exactly who you want to be without caring because you realize you're in it for the long haul and you're going to have several more decades. So you better just make them what you want them to be and not what others want you to be.
Exactly. People started making me feel old at 25. So just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right?
Griffin, yeah.
It's just that's society's hang up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, Kenyatta said, please hug Dylan for Kathy Savard, Dylan Barr's mom. Kenyatta said, can you please hug? Okay.
Chris says, I might not give him a hug. He says, I'll pat him down. Like, but Kenyatta will definitely.
Okay. Annalisa Bastinia. Marshawn, you don't know me, but I'm so grateful for what you and Jamie both do. Been a fan of Jamie's for a while and have loved getting to know Griff. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Lisa Gloyd, are my comments being seen? Apparently not. So what are your comments? Can you find Lisa Gloyd's comment that I'm missing?
Griffin loves to get to know you too, Annalise. So that's very sweet.
Okay. Julie Anna Sandwich Asamaker. Elena, who passed in a car accident at 6 years of age over 10 years ago, is a daughter of a friend of mine who helped in my spiritual awakening. How is she doing, and does she need anything from me or her mother? Okay, so her name was Elena, Elena, Elena. She's
Alina.
6 years old. I wonder if she knows Maitland.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
I, again, don't see this one, but I hear her, and she doesn't need anything. She
Okay.
doesn't need nothing. She's complete. She's the one who's helping you guys. So maybe you can give her something more to do. Oh, and she really likes how some of her things are still in the same place, but a lot has changed. She doesn't mind that either. Please let them know that I'm going to be growing up. So she would be, like 16 years, 15 years old. She's not going to stay a little girl. She's growing up with the family. That was the plan all along.
Okay. Well, Kent's looking for that person that says I'm missing her comments, which I apologize.
I don't see anything except the comments saying about missing comments.
Okay, we don't see your comment except for the comment saying that we're missing your comments. So can you write it again? And then Terry Yost Eric, you and I have talked, and this is your son Cody, right?
That's a yes.
I have a feeling he wants me to wait before I asked him to come through and say something. Why do you feel like he wants you to wait?
Not
you want to say,
and
okay. Can we just tell
also,
him that you love him, that we love him, and he can come when he wants?
yes, but also it's a lot of a public place, and sometimes it can be too much.
Okay.
He does better in private moments.
Okay. Perfect. Sandy Henley, my son Jim Rose died in 2003, 30 years old. He was my heart. So let's say hi to Jim Rose, 30 years old. Okay.
That is a very nice heart that you have, because he very much loves you.
Right.
He's really mature.
Right.
Okay,
you said Lisa Gloyd, thank you. Commented a few times. Just wanted to make sure they were going through. I don't see any questions, oh sweetheart. I see your comments. I see you. But if you have a question, ask. Okay, Allison Owens. Okay. Hi, Allison. I love you. NFL wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Is my husband, Terry Owens, NFL CTE death, ready to let me move on? Jamie has talked to him before. What advice does he have for me? Oh, Allison, I love you so much. So is Terry ready for her to move on yet?
It's a very sweet yes. It doesn't come with a lot of fanfare. It's not like, go for it and move on and be happy. But it's this, I totally understand what's happening now, and I'm very aware. And it's almost like I need you to move on.
Right.
I need you to be okay. There's still a slight tone of like embarrassment with Terry, like regret or shame, maybe, because he behaved in ways that he didn't want to behave. So he is and has been loosening his energy around you, and you're going to be stepping into newer relationships and just feeling lighter. I wouldn't be surprised either if you start to shed some weight, not meaning to, you're just living your life and it's going to come off of you, because a lot of what he was doing was kind of holding you where you were. So now you get to be free.
Wow. It's a sweet message. It's so hard to move on because there's so many feelings of guilt. And yeah. Right.
Yes. So I have to take off. This has been so much fun.
Okay. I didn't see my time or anything, but I love you guys. If I missed anybody, I'm very sorry. Come back next week. Are we doing it next week, Jamie? I don't know. I'll look at my schedule and see, and I will announce it.
I'm here next week. You get to decide how often we go live.
I
Or maybe
like
you
it.
guys can like share why you like the live stuff,
Okay.
and that might help us understand more of why you're here. Is it about learning? Kind of like when Griffin and Marshawn do the universal questions, because I always find that super fascinating. Or is it that you feel called to show up because you do have the personal questions and you want something kind of connective and bringing some peace of mind or heart to you? Let us know what that's like, because it's super, super helpful in getting Marshawn and I kind of collectively together to provide something for you. Because this is
Exactly.
all out of the goodness of who Marshawn is. Like,
And you, girl.
this is all developed. I'm here, yes, but this is all developed and being done because of your big heart. Like, you do see that, right? Like, you're
Thank you.
number one.
Stephanie, come back next week and I'll ask your question. I didn't know what your question was, but listen, Jamie's got to run. And if y'all want to talk some more, I can stay on for a minute or whatever if you want to. Bye, Jamie. I love you.
Mm.
I
Bye,
love you.
Marshawn. Bye,
I love you.
Kent. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, I'm going to stay on for a minute and try to figure out this question.
Okay.
Who?
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye.
Griffin says bye.
Bye, Griff. I love you. I love you, Mom. I love you, everybody. Okay. Stephanie Schaeffner, I feel so hopeless and need some answers. What did you need? What was her question? Ask me again. Please ask me again. Let's see. Stephanie. Somebody help me. Stephanie Schaffner, if you're still listening, I want to know what your question was. I feel so hopeless and need some answers because there's so many smart people in here. Let's see. Did you? I don't see. I'm looking for her.
I didn't see any of her.
No. I'm sorry you're feeling hopeless. I want to help you, but I got to find your question.
What's her name?
Stephanie Schaffner. Did anybody else see your
I don't remember
question?
seeing.
No. Stephanie. Stephanie, write it again if you can. Can questions still come in, Kent?
Yeah.
If they write it? Okay, if you write it again, we'll see it.
Here it is. Hi, I'm sorry. I'm dealing with the father of my two youngest, and I have been so confused.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm sorry. I'm dealing with the father of my two youngest, and I have been so confused. So, are you going through a divorce or something like that? Is that what you're saying? Because that's really, really hard. And we can talk. A lot of us can speak on that. Are you co-parenting? Yes. Okay. It's a toxic relationship and it's gotten really bad. They have this thing called wizard through the court. Are you guys separated? Because you can go through the wizard, and that means you have no contact with him except through on the wizard so that the court can see what's being said and that there's no verbal abuse going on and all that other stuff. Because it's hard to be a good mom when someone has a knife in your back, and they always say, the counselors always say, don't tell the children anything, and you smile while someone's stabbing you. So I get that. But if you could sign up for the wizard, can you please ask sweetheart Griff if I'm going to have a baby in the future? I miscarried right after my boyfriend Scott passed away. It broke my heart because I felt like I lost the only piece of him left.
Okay, Quillis, I just tuned in. Is this every Tuesday, and when will he be on live next?
Yeah. We're going to go next Tuesday live too. And you guys, if I don't get your question, type it over because it's moving really fast. So just type it over because I would never ignore. Yeah, I would never ignore someone's question. Yeah. And the more specific your question is, the better answer you'll get. Like if you ask Jamie, does someone have a message for me? I mean, although it's a sweet question, you're not going to get that great of an answer. Like if I ask Griff, do you have a message for me? I mean, what's he going to say to me? Look both ways before you cross the street. I mean, you got to ask something a little deeper. Do you know what I mean? Like, am I on the right path in my life? Or do you see something that I'm doing that's keeping me from being on my path? Or, you know what I mean? Like the quality of your question will be the quality of your answer. And if you guys want to go on Griff's page and make a community on Griff's Gift and talk about what you want us to talk about, that'd be cool too. Let's see what else. And I'm finally starting to lose my nerves, thank God. Because I'm also not a morning person at all, to say the least. Oh, my daughter passed away at age 31 in 2013. Yesterday, I had a dream she had gotten an apartment not far from me. I was so happy to dream of her. You know what's so funny, Rena, is that you probably spent time with your daughter in your dream. Like, because Griffin said that he takes me places in the dream, but he has a hard time getting me to remember them. So you guys probably did go pick out an apartment or something like that. As weird as that sounds, you're probably spending time with her in your dreams. That was probably real. A real visit from her would be my guess, you know. I'm so excited Kenyatta came today. Oh my God. Made my life. I lost 3 friends. Gemma Griffiths. Hi, Marshawn and Jamie. I lost 3 friends within 2 years. Please, could you tell me the spiritual reason behind it, as I'm struggling to understand? Thank you. God, so hard to understand, right? I lost Griffen, which was ultimate loss. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my ex put a bullet through his head and survived. And when I was a kid, I didn't know anyone that died. So, and then my mom died. And so it's like, I don't know what the message is. I know that, I'm trying to do this and talk so that you know that, first of all, they still hear you and they still see you and they hear everything you're thinking. And even though physically they left their body, the energy that they have is still alive, and they can help you as much as they can. And also to talk about this so that we're all not afraid to die, because we all have that ticket. And everyone seems afraid to talk about it and makes it so morbid. And the way that I hear Griffin and everybody talk about it is that nobody on that side wants to come back here right now. Like, you heard Griffin say they have the better end of the stick because they don't miss like we do. He sees me all the time, hopefully not in the bathroom and stuff, but yeah, he's saying, oh, that's gross, Mom, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, someone lost a best friend over the weekend. Elsa, I'm sorry, Elsa, I didn't get to that question. So your future son-in-law, Anthony, has lost a best friend over the weekend. His name is Sean. I'm sorry. We'll ask that next week. That was the next one we were going to ask. We met her. You remember we met Elsa down in Venice? The blonde, and she's a designer. Yeah. She was so sweet. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Elsa. Okay. Does anybody else have anything to say, or? Because if not, I'm going to check out. But y'all are welcome to talk on Griff's page about things you want to talk about, or anything. Send me message of things you might want to talk about. Okay. I'm glad you love it. Love connecting with loved ones. Yeah, me too. Me too. Amazing. Okay. I love you guys so much. And we can go on live. If you guys post some questions on Griff's Gift, I'll come back on and answer whatever I can. And there's a lot of really smart people in the group too that can answer too, that are very spiritually evolved, that I recognize from. Yeah, and we'd be open into. My brother's even saying we could invite you into chat, like how you can invite people into chat. I can put you on to chat if you want to. Man, I'm so sorry for you going through a toxic relationship with your ex. I went through that. That's hard as hell. That is so hard. Keep your sanity, keep your distance, use the wizard, love your children. That time goes by so fast. Know that you're not alone. I grew up in the country, so I didn't know anyone that was divorced. So I felt like such a loser. And my mom was like, I wish I would have shown you this is over. More than half of America lives this way. Isn't that crazy? And if you live in California, they want the kids 50-50. So don't even waste your money and time fighting. Unless someone's on crack, they're not going to give you more time. It's just, don't waste your money with lawyers and all that. It just doesn't work. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Mediation. Oh, yeah, mediation. You could do mediation. Stacy, don't feel bad. You can ask as many questions as you want. I don't care. You can ask 100 questions. I love it when you guys ask questions. Let's see. Chiara, Italy. Love you, Kathy. Oh, you want to know how someone died? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, I love you guys. And I'm going to go.
Bye.
Bye. Peace out.